Mic on.
It might be good to have my mic on. That just might help. So let's see. I have this one. So here we're at Texas MotorSpeedway. I have done 0 87 people. Seriously, 87 people showed up. This is gonna be, yeah. Wow. That means I'm gonna be stuck to second split, which is not gonna be fun. I'm just gonna say that now. Anyways, so let me get my power fixed on my phone here so I can see chat whenever it may appear. It's like, I would rather, instead of things like it's so weird because they try to, with electronics and stuff, to like try to force power saving on you, and it's like, not all of us want power saving, not all of us need power saving, and then they make it so hard to find any way to change it. Like, there we go. So I'm turning on high performance mode. It's like, why have a screen that's WQHD plus when you don't use it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that in the whole scheme of things. It's like, you want me to turn off my display after 10 minutes of not touching it. Why in the world do I have this phone? I might as well have like a 19 or 2005 phone or something if you're gonna basically, how many people per server? Is it 33?
26.
They didn't even up it for this? Not to 28 or anything?
26 total.
Fantastic. Yep, so second split, here I come. First split is broadcasted today. I did not have my iRating up far enough on the roadside because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of I see probably a whole bunch of high road course IR guys here, but that you never see on the like oval side or anything else, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, but it's all good. So I've taken a break took like a 2-3 week break from my IndyCar because of all the 500 and kind of don't get burnt out, but close to type of thing. So, oh, it did not like that. Okay. How long was I sitting there? That cracks me up. So, there's 96 people. And, I was planning on working on my road IR. And then May hit, and I focused solely on the Indy 500 races and stuff. So I didn't get much time to work on my road IR. If I had a 2500 on my roadside, I'd be more apt to make, I think, top split, but right now I'm not going to, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is, so we'll deal with seconds, splits, and hopefully the race doesn't take all afternoon. It's a long, long race, 188 laps. And so it should be fun. I like Texas. I was born in Texas. And only problem is I had done no modifications of this setup, and I know the setup's a little slow, per se.
Blow car down low, go high.
But it should be all right.
Car inside, clear, clear. Outside. Clear.
Yeah. You kind of switched lines there, so I was coming in the bottom. I was right at the bottom. You got to kind of stay at your high line there, just for future reference. Well, 24 seconds in the draft.
Go high.
Not bad. Looks like I don't have to lift in turn 1, which is good. Although it was fun lifting in turn 1 in the fixed setup when they first released this new Texas track, and the arrow screen is kind of all
outside. Keep low.
Really?
Clear. Inside. Hold your line. Clear, clear.
I hope I'm not in your split. Don't try that stuff
Inside.
in the race, please.
Still there. Stay high. Clear, clear. Inside. Hold your line. Clear, clear.
Like, I don't know what he was doing. Was he trying to Q run? If he was trying to Q run, then it's kind of a bad time to do it. I mean, whatever. So, 100 people. It's going to be interesting. You know, I don't know.
Car down low. Go high.
I know there's going to be a lot of guys who normally race fixed oval, probably my split, which is fine by me because I know them and stuff. But, yeah, it should be interesting. Let's get it done. I'm not gonna queue. I don't know what the queue setup is like for this one. I mean, I know that it's slower than what could be. I know I could eke more out of the set. I just haven't taken any time to find that out. So let us find our fate, which I'm sure is second split. I'm dealing with it. Should be, but hopefully maybe by a couple weeks, maybe 3, I'll have earned enough road IR, then I'll know I'll always be in the top split regardless how many people sign up, which is probably around 2,800, 2,900 IR. So I got like 500 to gain. Which shouldn't be too difficult. That's not true, but it should be fun to do so. Oh, yeah, I'm second split. Fantastic. It's such a disappointment. Oh, hopefully second split. If it's lower than that, it's just going to be a joke.
Okay, what split are we, boys?
Second.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Oh, boy.
It's just funny because nobody wants to take, race during the road season or anything else like that. But then it's like everyone wants to show up now.
Hello, Justin.
So that's true.
What
I'm
was
like,
that?
we've been the indie community and
Probably
the
Danny.
stuff. It's like we've been struggling to get people to join our races. I mean, some of the broadcasts that were last season and stuff, there were 20 of us in the race in top split, 20 of us. And it's kind of like I don't know. I do mind fair weather racers, I guess, because it's like our split already has a hard enough time getting participation and actually getting noticed or any type of recognition type of thing. So the IndyCar has always been, because it's not an F1 car, so you already have the F1 people who are used to F3s and F3.5, which is fantastic. I do the F3. Then you have others. GT stuff, whatever. I don't do GT, whatever. But you have all that, so those are all popular, right? And then you have IndyCar, and because IndyCar is both a road and oval discipline, everyone's just like whatever. So what happens is you get road ringers that show up on the road courses, and then they're hardly to be found. If they are to found on the oval side, you kind of like, oh, okay, and you really gotta watch out and see how they actually drive. And then
Looks like you got about 5 laps of fuel
and
left.
then you got people like this. It's Texas. It's oval. Okay, how many people are gonna sign up? And it's just kind of, it's fine per se. Maybe, I don't know. I guess all I'm trying to say is, because of this, you don't get, even in the top split and broadcast, you don't get the best that you should get as far as racing, because some of us have raced each other numerous umpteen times.
Green flag, green
We
flag.
know
Here
each
comes your
other's
first time lap.
tendencies and each other's, and that makes for really, really good racing most of the time, right? And so it's just one of those trade-off things, Am I glad 100 people signed up? Sure.
One more lap.
I wish 100 people would sign up each week during the road series, because this has been going on. I'm not even trying to qualify in here. This has been going on for who knows how long, as far as the road series and IndyCar. And what I wish they would do is introduce a combined IR for the IndyCar series, period. Because then,
There's the checkered flag.
I had 2 minutes left. I'll probably end up back in 9th, 8th, 9th, wherever I was. Because then you take both what their oval rating is and what the road rating is, and you put them together, right? And that gives you an actually better accurate field, right? Because then it says that if you do nothing but road race and you have a 5,000 IR road race and you have a 1,500 oval, well, now you're looking at a 3,500 or 3,000. I don't know. I'm not an average guy, but you get what I'm saying. 3,000. Yeah, I would say 3,000 IR, right? Versus if you've got a 3,500 and on the road side, and then you've got, like me, a 23 something on pause, stop, rewind. Oh, that stinks. I have not done any. Does he mean qualifying or what? Oh. Um, so is that good enough for pole? Really? Is it really? I wasn't even trying. Whatever. Okay, so I guess pole we sit.
Nice pole, Aaron.
Thank you. So
Good race, everybody.
so then like you have me, I have a right now because I took like I said, I took like 3 weeks off of fixed. I have like a 3300. I lost a few, whatever. So I have 3300 oval IR and then a 2300 road IR. So put those two together, that's 5600. So I'm looking at a 2800 IR, which would then put me in the top split, right? So I think that if they would do that, I think the racing in the series would be better. I think you would get better participation, and then for broadcast race and for showing the series off, I didn't tell it to. It still does a 10-minute thing. And to show the series off and everything, it's better. It's better that way, because then you get the people who should be there and should mind their P's and Q's and do what they should, and then you get them there, and then they can do their thing, right? So I think it's been suggested. We'll see. iRacing is kind of slow on its how it does things and how it changes stuff, and so like I said, any community always gets shafted because it's the only other thing outside of the stock cars that are on the ovals, right? So every other car on the stock side is closer to. Every other car on the oval side of racing is closer to a stock car than is IndyCar. The IndyCar is the only car, the IndyCar family now, because we have the Pro 18 and then the FS 2000.
Before you are blinking at
The IndyCar family is the only.
I hope it will be better anyway.
Let's go to the stock, and the stock has always gotten more attention on the oval side. So I just hope that we can
1 lap to
continue
green.
to grow the
Line up on the
community,
inside.
and
Pit road is closed.
things will be better, and then we can get a combined IR for the IndyCar series and for everything, everything, like anything, because I think a combined IR rating would be good for iRacing as a whole, period, because I think there's a lot you can do with that, with series, yeah, so. All right, we've got 186 laps.
Have fun, everybody.
And we're just going to do what we're going to do, and we'll take it easy here. I guess pole, and I wasn't even trying. I'll take it.
Let's have some fun.
I like Texas a lot, and it's at nighttime. It's going to get nighttime by the time we're done. It's going to be all darky.
Don't touch the line or you will spin.
I didn't practice any pit stops.
Come on, Paul.
Under green.
Get ready. Going green.
Good luck, everyone. Keep it safe.
Pace car is in.
Time to take it up.
I never
Green,
wait
green,
for a pace car. It spreads the field out a little bit. Not immensely or any huge, and the run I get's not worth it because I get eaten up, but it's worth spreading the field out so that people kind of get a moment to take it in and kind of just get a good start. People can kind of not get all bunched up, and that makes people kind of nervous, or makes people kind of just it's better to spread the field out if you can. Surprise. Oh, Matt's like it's 186 laps too.
Yellow flag is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Jet stop 20. 4. Go.
The thing I do like about the open stuff and these series is we get to use
Jesus Christ.
Jet stop 20. 1. Go. Jet stop 20.
all
4.
of the
Jet stop 5. Go.
all
Jet
of our
stop
buttons
20.
and everything.
1.
So
Go.
that's good. Although they
Jet
put
stop
it
9. Go.
checking up out of one, checking up out of one, checking up.
To win?
Jet stop 12.
Pace
Go.
car 2,
Jet
pace
stop
car 2,
9.
pace car
Go.
2. Oh, that's not the pace car. Never mind. There's a flow car too.
Let the 9.
Yeah, I meant
car
to.
by.
Sorry, I meant to.
Weaving I've ever seen for someone.
Pit road is now open.
So
Jet stop 9. Go.
let's put the fuel map here.
Ich hätte gedacht, dass du das wärst, aber das war ein anderes gelbes Auto. Also, ja, mein
So they
Gott.
just
Jet
added to the
stop 9.
fixed
Go.
series
Catch the pipe
where
car.
you can
Ey, das
change
war
your
schön deutsch
weight
stimmen bei
jacket
einem Oval.
and
Hallo, Leute.
your anti-roll
Pace car out full.
bar settings, which before you were never able to do that in IndyCar, and we've all kind of said
Too much damage! Hey! Good job, guys!
in IndyCar, if you have those adjustments,
Oliver,
even in a fixed setup, it makes the racing so much better because everyone can adjust, and because and some people don't like it because it's still fixed. Well, it's still fixed setup
Somebody
because
just
everyone shares the same
sailed in
setup.
there
Everyone
and ran me the hell over.
shares the same car, and then now everyone shares the same adjustability. So
Like we're
nothing's
saying,
actually
check up,
changed.
watch
They've
out
just
for a
simply
wreck.
added a new dimension to it, which I think is a good dimension. They
Yeah,
added.
number 19 was it. Coach. And me too.
it takes
so,
a little
yeah,
bit
good
of
job, Luca.
practice and learning how to adjust, your weight jacker and when to adjust it, how to, what track you're on.
I mean, he
and
killed 2 people
what
on the
to do.
caution.
You don't really do the roll bars very often. Every once in a while, but not
Luca, you killed
too
2
much. It's
people on the
mostly in the
caution.
weight
It was
jacker
already
thing.
yellow. And
'Cause you can go all the way
Hey
up to
guys,
plus
keep it
20.
clean, 100 laps,
Or minus
150
20.
laps clean, and
So-
all is good.
And then, of
I mean, are you
course,
serious, Luca?
they did not add the front
150
moving
laps not enough. The
adjustment
rest
that you get in
168,
open
so,
for the
yeah.
fixed series, but
186. Like both of you guys got it wrong.
I think it's good what they did with here.
Yeah,
so
but if
with
it's
the
a
fixed series and being
150
able to
clean,
do weight jack. So that,
it's
in the open
more fun.
where we are now, everything that you can adjust in the car in the race.
Enjoy
you
your
can
report,
adjust.
man.
There's no
How many
limits.
were out in
I
that
do hope
finish?
they add. It would be really cool next season if they added tire limits, because now they
Oh,
just
dude, it
added
was
that
big.
in iRacing.
Looking
as
at
a
my
whole.
relative, I see 7 cars currently on pit lane
But I
going
think
a lap
you
down.
can dictate how many sets of tires you get in a
Yeah,
race,
7 cars.
and I think that would be fantastic for all like fixed series,
And
especially
there
on the
must be
oval side.
few that have some damage and remain. So
That adds
180 laps more.
in IndyCar too. That adds so much strategy and so much, because now every time a caution falls, everyone pits to get tires. Every time, 90% of the time. So if you don't have unlimited tires and you've got to actually, I just think it adds more to the strategical aspect of the racing.
And just imagine what the fork split is like.
And yeah, it just adds so much.
Just imagine if we had the new
So-
damage model on this car.
Oof.
Yeah, this would be funny.
Imagine if we had the limited tire option. That would be really nice.
Number 3 car there, he can't have much oval experience weaving like that.
I think new tire model will never come to this car. I think if it comes to the new car.
Which new car? That's the newest car you can have in any car.
They're supposed to have one coming out in 2021.
3 new chassis that should be coming.
And that will come to iRacing like in 2025 or something like that.
1 lap
No,
to
they
green.
would probably actually queue it next year. If the new one came out next year, they would release it next year.
The real life team did.
Yeah, 22, I think.
Oh, that Charles was as a guy who was saying in practice. I'm like, I hope you don't do that in the race. All right. The thing about adjustments is you got to remember to turn them off. Like this engine map that I'm at right now, 8, because I'm saving fuel.
2 to green or 1.
We are coming to green this time. We're on the back stretch.
If I started in 8, you know, it's just like as far as acceleration. So, and it's kind of fun to hear the car actually once you get to like 4 or 3. It changed a little bit, but once I downshift, then it really. I'm digging the Toyota truck start thing.
Dale, Adrian.
Official base truck. Since I have a Scion XB, which is was in the Toyota family, is in the Toyota family.
Get ready, going green.
Want to say that. All right.
Pace car is in. Green flag, green flag.
You gotta be careful not to jump too quickly, but normally as soon as it peels off, you can go. I know people like to play the games of, you know, slowing up and everything. I just don't think
The car inside.
it's worth it.
Keep high. Clear, clear.
Matt and I
Next car is the leader.
race quite a bit together, so we will just. I'll let him lead for a few laps.
I can't get up to 200 miles an hour. That's where it down.
You get quite the freaking run, and then you gotta kind of shift down, which I'm not sure what Rob is doing there.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Really?
I hope y'all get this out of your systems now. So, if you're a wrecker, please wreck in the next 15 laps so we can race the remainder.
Wednesday night we ran 5 clean laps, and
Jet
an
stuff,
accident,
8,
5
go.
clean laps, and an accident for quite a while.
Pit road is now open.
No, if there are less people, it will be better.
How many were in that one?
Just one. That's been on the back.
Well, we're down to 7. Looks like 16 on the lead lap. 17. Oh, there goes the chat again. Because my. Oh, I guess I could have pitted, but I'm not. There's no way I'm going back there. So, oh, let's get our. You can see Matt and I aren't pushing each other, and Rob's not pushing, so we're not really, you know, trying
Man,
to
this pace truck
stay.
has weird lights.
Stay in.
This fictional company's tail light design is whack.
Did you say fictional company? You know, it is Toyota, right? It's a Toyota truck. It is weird. Yeah, so we've got a lot of laps left before our tires really start to.
Yep. See y'all Sunday night.
No, I ain't gonna see me. One of these is good. I was so bummed. I would have made top split because there's only like 24 drivers, I think, in the entire race. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there's only 24 because Cerber goes up to 26 and only 24. So I would have made it into the top split. I like Detroit road street course. It's so tough because you got to be on your P's and Q's because one bad whatever and you scrape that concrete wall and it's not gonna end well. but I totally forgot about it. So that's kind of a bummer, but I have to see what other road courses are left on the schedule. And I'll probably do a couple of them, of course, you know, because I do more road now too. So Esports Championship, I will miss Tuesday's race because I'll be out of town. And that's at Homestead, but then
I know, but the lights on the fence are still kind of cool.
come back. I don't remember I think I remember Mid-Ohio. I'd done maybe one race there in this car and starting to get to be. So it should, you know, hopefully it'll be a different, you know, it can be like Barber and I can find some.
Apparently they don't appear when you have your graphic settings turned down low. I'm assuming that I have objects turned to low or something. That bums me out. I completely forgot about that for this track.
Oh yeah, the lights on the
Yeah, I usually have mine turned down and something on the upper when I redid it. I left them on this time, and now I can see them. They look neat.
So
yeah, I got like the light fixtures on the fence, but not like the vertical yellow.
But damn, it's neat.
Track after that. I'm not sure how they're gonna decide that one, but that should be interesting too. As long as it's not Coda.
Oh my god, I just got a speck
I'm
of
not
rubber on
fond
my
of Coda,
windshield
but
under caution from the lead.
I've
I'm
gotten
pissed off
better
right
at
now.
it, so. I don't know what he said. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's what. Go to drivers. Because what happens is, like, you try and speak, and then like we were both speaking at the same time, and if you put it to all teams, it'll do so. That's what I did.
1 lap till we go green.
I was very surprised that I actually put a pole lap up there. I was extremely surprised because I wasn't even paying attention. Pretty good setup, so I was name. I know Thomas, right? Is that how? Yeah. Let's get us back down here. Boom, boom, boom. So. I know Rob too. I haven't raced with him very often, but oh, I know Jesper. Jesper's good for the most part. Sometimes he has lapses, but yeah. Us, they're not gonna, you know.
Pace car is in. Green flag, green flag.
Got a nice jump. I do want to see how the car reacts to happen. Being in the lead, then it's game over because as you can see, it took an entire lap to catch him. But now that we have, we will just. I'll be racing and all of a sudden it'll just drop for no reason whatsoever. There's nothing else going on. I'm streaming, but I've done that numerous times. So I'm like, why is Matt? Oh, there we go. Why is Matt's jerky so much?
Yellow, yellow. Line up
just got
single
loose.
file. You've got wheel damage. Pit road is closed.
I was checking my L. I was looking up at my L and I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I got loose there.
That sucks.
Yeah. Frustrating I even have to worry about that.
This is going to be a long, long one.
That was on me. That was on me.
You entered a closed pit. You have to stay at the end of the pacing line.
I work in 3 hours. Hopefully I make it.
Well, see, I'm not used to having to look up and check my latency, which is at freaking 295. It's probably better that I crashed out anyways, is because I was probably gonna drop, and I would have been so mad. So there's the end of the race for me. Too much. There's another race tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do it till 1 p.m. Yeah, I just, that's just what I was looking. I know I was looking at 15 laps or something, and it just took me. There was no like. I was not. Yeah, it just. That was really strange. You see, I'm straightening out. So even though I was looking at my L, I was still straightening out. That's very, very rare for me in this car. Extremely rare. I don't even know the last time it happened. Actually, that's how rare it is for me to spin out like that. I do chalk it up that had I known more about the car or the setup, not the car, the setup.
I thought I read something in the release that they were shortening pace laps.
That's so weird.
Yeah, but iRacing has to set it for the track. In Michigan and in this series, you have the short caution.
So
It's only for the tracks that are, I believe, 2 miles or larger.
Especially in open wheelers.
And it just...
Because we don't have no much preparation here. In NASCAR you can repair whatever it needs.
Yeah, I didn't release. But I should have been more straight by like here. So I'm coming out, straightening out. Right here is where I did it. I should have been straighter like Matt. You can see I was not. It's because I was looking at the freaking L and worried about my connection. Oh, I gotta call Comcast. But that's a rare mistake. That kind of stinks, but you know, it is what it is there. Oh, a reset. I retweeted the wrong. I didn't update my tweets, whatever. Whoopsie. It's okay. But now, yeah, looking at it, yeah, I should have been, because I started to straighten out right there. I started to straighten out, but not enough. And I should have been. You can see my car, my tires are pointing, and where Matt's pointing, I'm kind of pointing there, but I'm not. And yeah. That's kind of a bummer. That's about all I can say about that. I'm just like kind of shocked. But being human, I guess it happens. Since I wasn't, and that's,
Henry, you're blinking.
And that's where like the balance I as a competitor have to try and find. Maybe, I don't know. It's like I went into this race like, okay, whatever, right? So like I don't, and that type of person is if I go into something and I'm like, okay, whatever. I shouldn't do that, because then I know I'm not giving 100%, right? You know, and I don't like doing things I don't like giving 100%, and that includes fun. You know, if I'm only gonna give like, hey, you want to go play disc golf? No, it should be fun. No, it won't. I don't want to try because I don't want to give. Oh, yep. And had I had a better, not a better attitude, but had I had my normal attitude with it, I would have felt it before and I could have saved it. But it's all right. And so then I don't care about it, which then, like, was it a waste of time or not? I don't know. Not necessarily. But since I lose IR because it is an official race, so I'm going to lose. Right now I'm sitting in 16. So probably lose 50. Let's see. Oh, I can check how much I'm going to
Pace
lose.
car is in. Green flag, green flag.
I didn't restart my monitoring. I didn't have my monitoring up here. What's up with that? All right, I'm going to lose 28. I'm going to lose 28 points. Okay, that's not too bad. I could have gained a lot more that I needed. I mean, yeah, like the winner gaining right now 88 IR would have been a big difference, but because there's not enough time, I don't know. Maybe we'll do one fixed, not fixed, but one week 13 race here, which doesn't mean anything. So let's look it up here and see. Yeah, so I'm not a really good casual. I'm not a good casual racer. So oh God, no, I'm not gonna do that. They have so much stuff going on. It's fun on week 13 where you can try things and do things where it doesn't matter, which is nice. Oh, I don't own Sonoma and I don't own the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So I guess that is it because there's nothing else going on. The Battle of the Little Wings, that doesn't start till 4:30. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. Well, at least I did make accomplishment of seeing in 2 days and 1 week, which I've been trying to get that all down and going and stuff. So let's see what next couple weeks for the iRacing Challenge are for IndyCar iRacing Series. So this week was Texas. Next week is not next week, but the 16th. 6/16 is Road America. Ooh, I like Road America. I could be a lot faster at Road America, and hopefully by that time I will be, which is how many? Which is 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from today is Road America. So I'll have the F3 F4 championship on the 16th, Tuesday. I'll stream that. And then the 19th will be round 6 Road America in IndyCar. And then I'm on town tonight, Wednesday. So I may stream Thursday and Friday because next week is also the first week of the season, or the new season. So that should be fun. I think the fixed series is at, where is the fixed series at? Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. So it's only in the net. So the only tire stock is, or tire set is only Legends, C series, modified, super lates, and whatever. So it's just a rollout thing. So hopefully they get it to everyone like by season 4, because that would just be awesome. I think it's just so good. Um, yeah. So thanks for hanging out. That's it for today. I will be back next week, Thursday, something like that, maybe Thursday and Friday. Um, Hopefully, I can get a new camera by then. I've been trying to find a camera, but I won't pay the obscene prices that are out right now, and because this one is still a little, because my light in the background's warm color. So as you can see, I'm like my shirt is white, but it's not necessarily white there, but whatever. So, all right, guys, have a good weekend. Um, Stay safe, and catch everyone later. I do want to mention actually, it's all this stuff because I live in Minneapolis with the George Floyd thing that's gone on and everything. I said a couple things on Facebook about it, and I've said some tweets about it. It's such a extremely complex situation. There's so many like I understand and agree with the peaceful protests. I understand that. I agree with that. Like, and then there's so much. The roots go deep in so many different aspects of this, right? You have the police, law enforcement that needs to adjust what they do, especially taking care of their own type of thing. Like this one guy had 12 complaints. 12 complaints. You have 12 complaints in any other job, and you're gone. Period. Bye bye. See you later. You're not even getting to 12, right? And another guy had 8. Okay, so wait a minute, you got 20 complaints between 2 officers and they're still serving? There's a problem, right? Because not all officers have 8, 12 complaints. Maybe might have 1, 2, whatever, okay. Some people are just bitter and whatever happens and they whatever. But 8, 12? What's big time issue right there. So, they, as far as that's concerned, they need to quit taking care of their own in that sense, right? And so then you have the then you have the black community where there's so much as a community that we can do on our own, that we need to do on our own, right? Everyone always brings up this is a horrific thing that happened. Those 4 officers should spend time in jail or prison. But how many, kids and innocent people are caught in drive-by shootings in black neighborhoods and are killed, and there's no uprising, there's no protests, there's no looting, and looting is ridiculous. Whenever you get some uprising like this, you're always going to have factions, whether they be KKK, whether it be Antifa, whatever terrorist organization, however you pronounce that, or they be, people disgruntled in the community. Whenever something like this happens, those kind of groups and those kind of people are going to take advantage, and they're going to cause destruction, and they're going to cause all this stuff, and then it's just going to muddy the waters, as it has muddied the waters, right? But there's clearly, I know of a couple stories, of things where there's clearly a disconnect between people, right? Like, don't sit here and say, I don't see color, please. I hate that. Like, no, there's color in the world for a reason. We're all different shades. You can't get past that. It's not just skin deep. It's cultural. There's a whole bunch of things. We're all different colors, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. No, you're not colorblind. Okay? Love may be colorblind, but you're not colorblind, all right? And to say that you are colorblind is to say that there's no problem. I don't want to say you mean there's no problem, but it's just the fact that, like, you think that if we forget color, then that the problem will go away, and that's not how it works. We're not meant to forget color, right? So I tell people, see color, but don't let your prejudice then assume something about that person of color, whatever their shade is, and white's a shade of color, and there's all different shades on a spectrum, color spectrum, color palette, right? Whatever that shade is, don't assume things of the person if you don't know them, right? Like, just because you're in a certain part of a neighborhood and you see a shade that you don't normally see, don't assume that they don't belong there, right? Right? Like, and don't assume that they're up to no good, or they, whatever the case may be, right? So I just tell people, see color, and then work as an individual to force yourself to not throw judgments on that person because of their color already, right? And that's for each one of us, and that takes a lot of work and a personal decision for everybody to say, look, I'm not going to, just because this dude was the same color as you are and he did this, I'm not going to assume that you're the same way, right? And so it's one thing that everybody as an individual can work on themselves, and that's a huge thing that would go a long way everywhere, right? And so then another thing for me is like my community. It's like we got to quit looking to the white man and to the government. Okay, we got out of slavery when the 60s hit and we started getting momentum. Things were put in place to try to put us back into our place, and they've done a darn good job of that since. That doesn't excuse our willing ignorance as Black people to not improve our own community, right? To not police our own community, to not say, look, enough of the drugs. It doesn't matter who brought in the drugs. It doesn't matter who brought in the guns. It doesn't matter who brought it in. Who gives a damn where it came from? It doesn't matter. What matters is, now that it's here, what are we going to do about it as a community of our own, right? Like, you're always, I saw someone on Facebook say, well, why aren't there any, I don't see no Black cops. Well, do you know how many Black cops there are, right? There aren't any. Why? Because people don't want to go into the force. Why? Well, a number of reasons. But primarily it's like because Black people don't want to do that, right? Well, then you can't complain that you don't see your own in your community if you're not willing as a community to go and do that, right? It's not an easy road. It never has been an easy road. But life's not easy and life's not fair, right? So always claiming the victim or taking that victim mentality or just saying like, look, I'm less than because of, well, I don't have the same opportunities, all this other stuff. That was true 30, 40, 50 years ago, no doubt, right? It's not as true anymore. There is still signs of it, no doubt. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that racism doesn't exist, that institutionalized oppression doesn't exist. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, in order to actually combat that, I'm sorry, I know I saw one where Martin Luther King, they boycotted the buses and everything for 367 days. For over a year, they, as a community, the Black community, inconvenienced themselves to make a point. Do you think the Black community in this day and age would do something for 367 days to inconvenience themselves? No. So, any community, but any community, I would hard press any community, especially in the United States or the Western world, would do anything for 367 days to inconvenience themselves. But I'm specifically talking about my community, Black community right now. So they did something for over a year to make a point, right? That's what we have to get to, right? As the Black community is like, quit turning the other eye when someone gets murdered in your community, in our community, and saying, I don't know, right? Well, you know darn well that Shooky, whoever down the street, and his gang of thugs did the job, but you're scared for your life. Well, they can't kill you all. Let it be known. Gangs are only so big. The community is always bigger than the people who bring in this trouble and bring in this bad and bring in this thing. But if you're willing to allow this oppression of your own people by your own people, you can't. How can we then say, you know what, you white man need to do this for us, but I don't care enough about my community to stand up for it, right? It doesn't matter if the white man brought drugs into the thing. It doesn't matter if he brought guns. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it got there. What matters is what you do with it when it's there, right? Oh, well, someone just laid a gun in front of me or an arsenal in front of me and it gave me whatever. Now I'm going to go shoot people up. Well, he just put it on the table. Doesn't mean you got to take it, right? And I understand that being poor and struggling, it still doesn't give an excuse of crime, right? Especially in 2020, there's so many ways. There's so many ways now to make money and to do different things and to get out of where you're at. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. It's not an easy thing, right? So all these protests and all this stuff, the black community wants to be heard. Okay, so now you're here. So now what? Now where do we do? What do we do now, right? Do we continue to post pictures of just black whatever, a black square? Do we continue to postpone game releases of things because of what's going on? What exactly, where do we go from here and how do we change that, right? So these officers get convicted and stuff. Great, as they should be. But what are we doing as our community, right? So like, the more people you turn over, there's always this thing, oh, you a snitch. Why not? If enough people snitch, they can't kill you all, right? You can't, a group of 30, 40 people can't kill 1,000 people in the time that snitching and everything would do, right? And that's what I don't understand. It's like we complain about being where we are, yet we don't want to do what it takes to get out. And at that point, it's hard for other people to listen to your voice when you aren't serious about doing what you need to do and drilling it home. And, there's so much that we can do as a community on our own that then once we start cleaning up our area, right, of our own, right, then when things start to happen, then people can't come back and say, look, well, he was da-da-da, and they were da-da-da, and they did da-da-da. No, that evidence ain't there no more, right? So once you change and become who you should be, when that oppression and when that stuff hits, and then you say, hey, well, we ain't taking this because of this, they can't come back and say, oh, well, you all sell drugs and y'all kill each other at this rate every year and y'all do all this other crime. All that's not there anymore. Now what you got to fall back on? Now you can look at the real issues and really start to fix and heal things. But if people aren't going to do that, you can't expect other people to do it, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm not saying this stuff is easy. I'm not saying that it's just, there's no one quick fix to this on all levels. But every single individual has something to do with this, that they can help promote peace, equality for everybody, and love for everybody. And that's a decision that every person, human being, needs to make on a daily basis and sometimes hourly basis for what you come across. Don't get me wrong, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You're not always happy, but there's an underlying decency of respect that you can show every person that you come in contact with, whether you like them or not. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I did not mean to go on this rant like this, but sometimes it just flows out. So I'm not sure if I'll talk much more about this again because, I've tried explaining different things. And I went into so many other things. I didn't even get into the gatekeeper things and the, maybe for another day sometime. I don't know. So, but if you're still here, still listening, I appreciate that. If you're not, maybe you'll see this sometime. And that's just the way I look at things. From a black man who was adopted, raised by Caucasian parents in the hood, who I have probably 4 different races in my family as a whole, who's experienced everything, you know, in the fact of going to suburban schools and then going to inner city schools and then all this other stuff. It's something that we all have to work on. So everyone be blessed, and I'll see everyone next week. And until then, peace.